We come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the fourth largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the six.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Lowry to Gasol. For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
I think Toronto has to look at this as a one-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you can. The goal is to win a championship, and the goal is to win one now.
Fournier to Vucevic. Nothing going here on that drive. Aaron Gordon stuffs it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Toronto has the basketball. Lowry to Gasol. Slam dunk.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
In the front court, it's Augustine. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Danny Green. To Fournier. Gordon. Isaac to Aaron Gordon. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark. Pascal Siakam with the block. Lowry into the front court. Leads three. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 2. That's what you want. Orlando ball. They work it down to Gordon. To Fournier. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Leads 4. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. Isaac to Fournier. Taken by the Raptors. Lowry with a shot that's no good. Augustine with the basketball. Down 6. To Fournier. To Vucevic. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for him.
Wow, look at him dive for the loose ball. Lowry. Pascal Siakam, strong finish. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Until the end of today's game, claim your prize at the customer service desk located near section 104.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Toronto.
Fournier. To Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. Missed his first. That one goes.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Lowry. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Here comes the screen. To Fournier. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Vucevic. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Leonard. It's a big finish. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Fournier. Screen coming. Fournier. And scores.
The assist from number 10, Evan Fournier.
Deep three at the buzzer. And a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. So we are through one in what has been an entertaining start, to say the least. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Carter Williams with it up top. Down 12. Here comes the screen. Carter Williams to Vucevic. Rebound comes to Lowry. To Leonard. Danny Green to Leonard. Ibaka. You could see Serge salivate. Wide open, he drills it.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Screen come.
To Gordon. Yes, Aaron Gordon. He's 2 for 2 now.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
That's me. Stop, bro. That's it, baby.
Leonard to Danny Green. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Leonard. Short jumper off the mark.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Aaron Gordon. Carter Williams. Fires the three. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Defense making the ball carrier work. Kawhi Leonard. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
When he purchased 3 or more items at
New blood coming in for both sides.
Into the game for the Raptors, number 30.
To Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. 2-4 now.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Leonard. Not that time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
To Fournier. Vucevic. Deep left corner. Gordon. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. To Gordon. Ah, the monster stuff. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Lowry with it. The lead is 11. To Gasol. Nikola Vucevic sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Screen coming.
Screen, come.
To Aaron Gordon. Isaac. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Marc Gasol snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Cut it. Hey, watch this screen left.
Leonard. To Lowry. Pascal Siakam. To Leonard. For 3, and Kawhi Leonard buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Lowry to Leonard. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's now 5 for 6. Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Raptors didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors. The Magic did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Orlando Magic.
Game trap. Missed threes. player of the half.
Lowry has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Here's Orlando with the basketball. To Gordon. Isaac. Takes stock of the floor. To Aaron Gordon. Trying to cash in. Yes, Aaron Gordon looking good. 4 for 5.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Augustine with it up top. Trailing by 14. To Vucevic. Marc Gasol pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Gets it in the left corner. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Fournier. 5 on the shot clock. Jonathan Isaac creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Lowry to Leonard. Lowry. To Vucevic. Marc Gasol sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Lowry. In the front court, it's Augustine. His guys down 11. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Danny Green. Slam dunk for Jonathan Isaac. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Leonard to Gasol. Has a look. Marc Gasol. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Nothing going here on that drive. Gordon to Vucevic. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Lowry to Gasol. Stuffs it down with authority.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Substitutions, Toronto.
To Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Old school equals high percentage.
Toronto with the basketball. Leonard, great feed. No, I missed a short one there. Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Gasol. Nikola Vucevic. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Shots up.
Off the mark. Well contested. Leonard goes to the left side to Gasol. Marc Gasol, 4 out of 7.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Vucevic. Knocked loose. Off the assist.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Shot by Lynn won't go. He'll let one fly from half court. That's the end of the third quarter. The Raptors enjoying a sizable lead. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Fournier to Vucevic. That's no good. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Screen coming. Gordon. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
To Fournier. Vucevic. Short jumper. Won't fall.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter, but the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Leonard to Danny Green. From long range.
To number 10, Evan Fournier.
Danny Green is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 81% free throw shooter.
Danny Green.
First try, no good. It's a second. One more coming. Augustine with the basketball. His guys down big. Here comes the screen. Short jumper misses. Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Danny Green to Leonard. To Lowry. Scores from the post.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Five to shoot for Orlando. Isaac. That pass taken away by Toronto.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just his shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body, which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
Out of bounds the call off Jonathan Isaac. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 31, Terrence Ross.
Pascal Siakam. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. Love the hustle. Sprawled out on the deck. Augustine with it up top. Down a bundle. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Danny Green. Down low for Leonard. Jonathan Isaac rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Gordon. Yes, Aaron Gordon. He's now 5 for 6.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Danny Green to Lowry. Has a chance. The shot by Lowry misses. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team, because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
And hits the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. In the front court, it's Augustine. He'll run the offense. Fires the 3. Not that time. He misses. It's the Raptors with the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
The EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors could not have been more dominant in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors. The Magic seemed to give up on this game as it got more challenging.
And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Orlando Magic.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Toronto Raptors
Did their best work away from the basket. They used a combination of perimeter defense and long-range scoring to get themselves the win.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.